So today I want to start with a quote. And the quote is, sometimes the hardest part isn't letting go, but rather learning to start over. This is something a lot of us have to learn because it's not about them. It's about you. You don't want to start over. You are afraid. And now you are projecting your fears onto someone else. Sometimes we as people, it's not even about them anymore. It's about us, our own ego. Well, hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're gonna talk about letting things go, letting people go, letting that special person go, letting that someone go that you have put on a pedestal. And today it's the time to make a choice. You are gonna set yourself free. So make yourself comfortable. I did it as well because I took off my shoes. I'm sitting in the car. It's a bit chilly, but you know, if we're gonna talk, I want to feel relaxed as well. So now we both relaxed and I'm just like, let's start. Whew, I'm excited. Let me take a sip of my water because you know, your girl likes to talk. And guys, please know sometimes I can talk with passion, but it's coming from a pure heart. I just want to help y'all. But I'm not the type of girl who likes to sugarcoat. I like the direct approach. Don't go through the corners. Come to me directly. For the people who have TikTok, they know this clip. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic today is because, oh my God, not letting go can make you feel a lot of feelings, and sometimes we don't know what to do because not letting go can make you feel stuck in life. Not letting go can make you feel like you're not worth it. You're not worth someone love. You're not worth someone validation, work, family. It can be everything. Not letting go can trigger you, can trigger your trauma issues, can trigger your attachment style. Not letting go can make you feel like you are dependent on someone, right? Don't get me wrong, I know how hard it can be to let go of someone, especially. But I just want you to know that sometimes if you want a change in your life, the simple thing, but at the same time the hardest thing to do is let go of something or someone. The old lifestyle, the job, the boy or the girl. Sometimes even it can be your family, because sometimes we don't have a choice. And later on I will talk about how you can let go of things. But just know, yeah, y'all not alone. We are all struggling over here. Let it know in the comments so we know that we're not alone. I have struggled as well. Guys, you don't want to know how many times I couldn't let go of something or someone and it held me hostage. So what does it even mean when you can't let go of something or someone? You know what? It's very simple. You are attached. You are attached to that one person. You are attached to that one job title. You are attached to your stuff. And the thing is, we live in a society where we act like it's a bad thing to be attached. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's healthy to be attached to something. It's very, very, very healthy to be attached to something or someone. I mean, that's the reason why we can bond with each other. That's the reason how we make connections, right? But the problem is, it becomes a problem when it controls you. It becomes a problem when you're losing your identity. It becomes a problem when it's messing with your self-esteem, your self-worth. And I think that's the line where a lot of us, me included, sometimes we are confused. Like, we want to let go so fast and so quick without feeling, without giving ourselves the time to just let it be. So let's say you have a good pair of shoes and you have them for almost 8 years. After 8 years, you'll be like, okay, I want to get rid of them. Let's be honest. You will look at your shoe like this. Oh, 8 years. Like, I have so much memories. Like, we went to the club. We went to the church. Okay, that's weird, right? The combination. But no judging over here. Okay. We went to my first date. I went to the gym with you. Like, you have so much memories with the thing you are attached to. So when you get rid of it, you also get rid of like the memories. You also get rid of seeing this and connecting with it directly. But you know what? You can put this away and still have the memories in your head. You don't have to keep something in order for you to let go. And this applies to people as well, to other stuff as well. You can let go and still have memories. You can let go and you will still be fine. You can let go and you will be okay. And I know, baby, I know that sometimes letting go can hurt so much because you're so attached. And you know what? I want to give an example from a situation I had in my life, like years and years and years ago, even before I went to therapy. So I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this, but at the same time, I want to be transparent. Once upon a time, I dated a guy and we both had attachment issues. That's one thing for sure. Our relationship was kind of like, when he was like taking his distance, then I would like pull and pull and pull, and when I tend to draw away from him, he was pushing, and it was kind of push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. I knew in an early stage that this was not okay, but I don't know, somewhere deep down I felt comfort in this kind of dynamic, and he as well. And of course, after years later, I went to therapy and I know exactly what happened over there and what made me stay so long. But then at the same time, I was like, why are you staying so long? You know, like, I know I have issues, but what about you? But you know what? That was something that went on for almost 3 years. 3 years! And it was not like 3 years constantly, because then we had like a break, or then I was mad and he was like, why are you doing this? I'm leaving. And then he would come back, and then I was like, why are you coming back? And y'all know that. Let me know in the comments. Like, I don't know why, but I know like a lot of people can relate, right? And I think underlying, I didn't want to let go. And me not letting go made me like extend the period of time that you could heal, you can work on yourself, you can like open yourself to new things, new opportunities. And that is exactly what you're doing when you're not letting go. When you are not letting go, you're holding on to something, like you're grabbing something, like, I don't want to let go, I don't want to let go. Only looking at that person, you're not looking to the side, you're not looking to the back, like you're so focused on the person that a lot of times you are not aware of things what's happening around us. And that moment when you decide to let go, see what happens. You have a lot of space, because now you're not like this, right? You're not like this. No, I don't want to let you go. You let go. See, do you see my body? Then all of a sudden you have space to look around you. You have space to be open, because your body language, you saw what happened, right? Your body is open, and not open in a sense like you have to hook up or something, because y'all know about that one. I'm not a fan. But what I'm trying to say is, sometimes we have a book and we keep reading the same chapter over and over again. You know what is in that chapter. You know how it's gonna end. Why are you still reading it? If you are constantly reading the same chapter, you will never go to the next one. So this is for the people who sometimes are complaining like, nothing new happens in my life, I'm not meeting people, I don't have new opportunities, everything is the same. Well, honey, have you considered that maybe there's something in your life you keep holding, that you can be open for other things, that you can see clearly what opportunities is around you, because you're still so focused on the other thing. Sometimes we are blocking our own blessings. It's not the devil, guys. It's you. It's time to move on. But you know what? Sometimes we don't want to move on because we are so angry. How can that person live without me? How can that person even smile without me? How can that person have their life together without me? We are living with the angriness in our hearts, because why are they not suffering? Why? And you know what? If that is the state you're in, I think you have to forgive, especially if it has been years. Forgiving is hard, especially if you have been through stuff. But I just want you to know, you are not forgiving for the other person. You're forgiving for yourself. And I think a lot of people mistake forgiveness. They think, if you forgive, I forgive that person and I have to be friends with them. I forgive that person, so now I have to grab a cup of coffee with them. I forgive that person, so now we have to hang out. No! Are you mad? Of course not. Forgiving is setting yourself free. Because you know what? You have a cup with poison, yeah? You point it to that person, hoping this bottle will poison that person, but you are drinking out of the bottle. Think about a situation you haven't forgive someone, and think about it now. Do you feel how angry you are getting? Do you feel the frustration that's coming up? And think about it right now, and think about what maybe this person now is doing. This person's maybe sleeping. This person is maybe chilling right now. This person doesn't know how you're feeling right now. This person doesn't feel what you are feeling. You are feeling what you are feeling. And that is what bitterness is. That is how not forgiving looks like. And forgiveness is about you freeing yourself from all those feelings and coming with peace within yourself. Sometimes we cannot let go because of our ego. Just what I said in the beginning of the video. We want to be loved a certain way. Why can he or she not love us like that? Because I love them like that. Why is that company still thriving after I have left? After everything they have done to me? I want them to miss me. It's our own ego. We want to be validated. We want to feel wanted. We want to feel that someone's life is crashing down because they have lost us. If you think about it, it's very selfish because you want that someone loses themselves in order for you to make you feel better. That's kind of weird. First of all, we should teach ourselves that we are not getting joy in other people's downfalls. Let's start with that. And everyone suffers in a different way. For me, for example, I could be suffering, but you will never see it on the outside. And now someone is thinking, you know what? Oh, did you see what she did to me? And now she's just relaxing and doing her thing. She's going out with friends. So maybe it's a coping mechanism. Maybe I'm crying every night in my bed. You want to feel validated? Validate yourself. Your ego can harm you in such a way that sometimes you're not even aware. I want them to suffer. Nah, because now you are suffering. And I hope, guys, that you don't think that I'm too harsh on you guys, but I just want you to know that sometimes we don't want to let go and we feel like everything is in the hands of other people, but most of the times it's us. We have the power. But sometimes we don't want to take control because we are so scared to start over. Let's be honest. Most of the people who don't want to do something new, who don't want to let go of someone, who don't want to take a step, we are afraid to start over. We are afraid of the unknown. And this also applies a lot of times for people who are in a toxic relationship. And it sounds very silly, but it's a kind of cycle, right? You know that person is not good for you. You know maybe that person is so toxic, but you know it. And that's the thing. You know it, so you can anticipate on it. If you break everything with that person, you don't know what's gonna happen next. And that not knowing what will happen next, that's the thing that scares you so much. You don't want to let go because you are scared of what is coming. But let me tell you something. Both of those things will be scared. Staying in a toxic relationship is scary. Who knows how it's gonna end? God didn't make you for this. But then on the other hand, letting go. Yeah, you will suffer. The first year, the first months, maybe the first 2 years. But then eventually you will get used to it. You will grow, you will heal. And then after the suffering, you will see a new light. A light of a new version of you. Because once upon a time, you thought you couldn't live without someone. You thought you will not make it without someone. But look at you now. So the thing is, you're gonna suffer. One suffer will be forever, will not stop. And it doesn't involve you getting better. And the other suffer is suffering, but it involves you becoming better. You gaining trust. You being another person. You exploring that you are stronger than who you thought you are. So, choose your suffer. Yeah, but I don't want to let go because I don't want to be alone. That right there. A lot of us don't want to let go because we don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. Do you see how that is, again, an ego thing? I don't want to be alone. And the thing is, I have a video about loneliness. I recommend to watch this one because I think that will help. Being alone is not a bad thing. If you are alone, it's a nice opportunity to get to know yourself, to reflect, to ask yourself questions. Why did I stay for so long? Why couldn't I let go? And if you're still in the noise, it's difficult to hear. And if you're alone, it's such a good opportunity to be still and listen to yourself. You being so scared to be alone is almost neglecting yourself, because you are saying you don't trust yourself. I don't want to be alone because I don't trust me with me. Babes, if that's the state you're in now, you have to be alone, because you have to be comfortable with who you are. You have to be comfortable with yourself as a person. So how can you let go of someone or something, or you know what I mean? Let's get into it. The first one, but so important one, is accept how it is. Accept the situation. I feel like a lot of the time something happens and we don't want to accept it. Accept it. That's life. He hurt you. Accept it. She hurt you. Accept it. You're hurt. It's okay. Cry. Feel. That's life. Things happened and we feel something, or we feel a way about it, but we are so busy as spending our energy to fight what we are feeling, to fight what our body is telling us. Accept it. If you're feeling hurt, that means that you are attached, and that's a good thing. I would be concerned if you didn't feel anything at all. So the fact that you are feeling something, it's healthy to feel a type of way with a certain situation. Don't forget that. So accept it. If you have to cry, cry. If you feel like this week you want to stay in bed and just, do your thing, do it. Let it be. Let it be natural and just accept it. You are human. Treat yourself as one. The next one is for the people who are in relationships, or even I think this can also apply to, jobs or something else, but create physical distance. For me personally, when you want to let go of something or someone, but you're still connected with it physical, it's like, why are you making it so difficult for yourself? And I don't mean like create physical distance and never come back. If you really want to detach from someone, create physical distance. Don't talk to them for 3 months. If you have to, block them. Yo, people who know me knows I'm a queen of blocking. And I know in the beginning people had like an opinion about that, but it was me creating my own space and my own peace. I don't want to be stressed out. I want to move on with my life. I had to do that because I knew how sometimes I could be attached to something or someone, and blocking someone and cold turkey, don't have any contact anymore, helped me so much, because the first few weeks it will be hard, but then it will be something you get used to. The moments you feel like you want to text someone or check someone, just give it 5 minutes, because sometimes it's just a rush. My psychologist always told me, just like you're addicted, right? You're addicted to something, it's just a rush. And if you ignore the rush, or if you do something that will distract you at the moment that you are feeling that rush, after a few times, you see that you are stronger than your rush and you are controlling your own rush. And don't get me wrong, if you fall into an old pattern, it's not a bad thing, because your body has to get used to it, but you have to be the one in charge. Pick yourself up again and just be like, it's normal. It's new. My body has to get used to it. So give yourself the time, because a lot of the times we want things quick. I want it now. I want it right now. Nah, that's not how it works. Detachment takes time. So give yourself the time and be kind to yourself. That brings me to the next one. Journal or write down your feelings. So that helped me so much, especially because you are like freeing your thoughts. So buy a journal and just write. A while ago I had a coach, and she was like, sometimes people come to me and they're like, I don't know what to write. Well, just take the pen, and write everything down what you are thinking of. So let's say you're starting with, I'm feeling sad, and then you're distracted and you're like, I'm seeing a tree. You're gonna write that down. I'm sad. Oh, I'm seeing a tree. Oh, what's for dinner tonight? You know what? I'm just thinking about him. Today I checked his Instagram story. It doesn't have to make sense. A lot of things goes on in our minds, and just write it down. It don't have to make sense. It don't have to be a storytelling story. It just has to be you getting rid of your thoughts. That's the most important thing when it comes to this. The next one is so important, so important. I talked about it already. Forgive yourself and forgive them. When I say forgive, I don't mean like you have to do everything perfectly. But what I want to say is, but challenge yourself to at least be with peace with the thought of you eventually forgiving that person, because only that will give you a lot of peace. And I want to read one quick quote from Les Brown. I think this is so powerful. Forgive anyone who has caused you pain or harm. Keep in mind that forgiving is not for others, it is for you. Forgiving is not forgetting. It is remembering without anger. You know how powerful it is. Forgiving is not forgetting. It is remembering without anger. And that peace will set you free. And then another thing I want to say, what really helped me is pray. Pray, pray, pray. And don't pray for God to take it away, but pray that God gives you strength to deal with this. That God gives you clarity, that you can see the lesson so that you can learn. Because sometimes we will get the same lesson and lesson and lesson over and over again, the same situation over and over again, till we learn the lesson. Pray. May God give you strength to let go. May God give you strength to deal with the feeling of detaching of someone or something. Like, guys, praying has been such a big thing for me. You know that God is there to help you, right? Like, you can go to your mom, you can go to your friends, you can go there, but eventually they have their own lives as well. And you know that God has always time for you. God is never too busy. God will not judge you. God is there to help you. Pray for strength. And the last thing I want to say is give yourself time. I said it before, you are human. You are human, so act like it. Oh, that sounds great, isn't it? I feel like I'm a little bit harsh for y'all. Can you let me know in the comments if I'm harsh? I mean, like, I'm so passionate if it comes to feelings and people, and especially people growing. Like, I want to see people growing, and I want to see people, you know, being better for themselves so that they can be better for other people. So give yourself time. I don't care what the world say. I don't care. Take your time. Oh, there are people here running. Don't be harsh for yourself, because the world is harsh enough. And every time when you feel like you need a pep talk, switch on this video or the video about loneliness, because I know for sure it will help you. So guys, this was it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and to like this video and to share it with people who you think they have to hear this message. Also, let me know what your thoughts are and what you have learned through this video and what you are going to do from now on. I will make sure that I will be more conscious about forgiving, because I still feel like sometimes I can keep stuck at things that happened in the past. And yeah, I'm gonna start with that today. So yeah, let me know what you're gonna start with today. Of course, I hope y'all can understand me, because you know, English is not my first language, but I feel like it's getting better over time. So thank you for being patient with me. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.